Hi everyone, my name is Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Last week I created this gorgeous Valentine card and I promised that I would share with you what I did with the cutout that came from the shimmery white paper. You can see that here. I had to cut this out so that I could fit my glimmer paper right into that spot. So this is that piece of shimmery white cutout heart, and this is the card I created from that shimmery white cutout. So we're going to go ahead and recreate this card. Here's the inside, and let's get started. And we are going to start with a cardstock base of rose red, and I cut this at 4 1/4 by 11 inches and scored it at 5 1/2. Then I just fold towards the mountain. Someone asked me, which way is the mountain again? The mountain is the part that's bumped up. The valley is the part that's indented. So if you fold towards the mountain, you have less chance of breakage on your edge. And once we have that done, and I do like to take a bone folder just so that it will lie flat for us. And once we have that done, we're going to bring a couple of other papers into the picture here. One of the papers that we'll be using is this Blushing Bride piece of paper, and it's cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I can just go ahead and take some multi-purpose liquid glue and glue this directly onto my card base. And so we'll do that right now. We don't have a wrap or anything like that with this card, so we're safe to put this on right away on the front of the card and just kind of get it off our work area here. The next thing that we're going to do is the inside panel. And I have a piece of Whisper White paper for that. That's cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I went ahead and I did do this in advance just to save a little time on the video. On the left-hand side, I have a strip of our Love Blossoms Designer Series paper. And it looks like this. We have all these wonderful papers in this paper pack. It's a 6 by 6 paper pack. There are 24 different patterns. You get 4 of each piece of paper, and it's just it's a great little booklet and very worth your money. And what's really nice about it is, in addition to using it for Valentine's Day or Mother's Day, there's also kind of a neutral side to each pack. So if you don't want to use the hearts or the real feminine side, you can find something that's less feminine or more of a neutral look on the other side. So then what I did anyway was I have a 3/4 inch by 4 inch strip that I glued along this left side, and then I went ahead and stamped my Valentine in rose red ink. So I'm just going to take my snail and we'll put a little bit across the back panel here, the back side of my panel, and we'll just press this down. So we have the inside done, we've got part of the outside done. Now we're going to do a little stamping. So I have a piece of crumb cake, and this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I'm going to bring my stamping mat into the picture, and then I just have a piece of scrap paper here. So I took the stamp set, which is called Bloomin' Love, and it looks like this. And you can purchase this as a bundle with the blooming heart. Now there's 2 little flowers that also come with this, but I have that on my Big Shot machine. I'm going to be showing you that in a few minutes. But this is the Blooming Heart bundle, or the Blooming Love bundle, and you can get the Blooming Heart thinlet with it. And I will put a link on my YouTube channel back to that other card so that you can see how I created that other card with that big heart cutout. But we are ready to stamp, and so what I did is I took a whole bunch of the little flowers and sprigs from that stamp set, and then I'm going to use some Versamark ink. And the Versamark ink is nice because it just gives you a tone-on-tone look. And so we can stamp that here, and I like to put all these stamps on one block, and then I can make my own background. And we're just going to bring this up and off the edge of the paper. And so you can see what this looks like, and it darkens up with a little bit of time. And then for the sentiment, we're going to use rose red ink. I'm just again going to ink up the love you and set that down here, and then we'll add a little outline heart right above the love you. So that looks like this. And it's pretty much ready to go straight onto our card, but I'm going to wait a little bit because I might need to trim off some flags. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute and talk a little bit about those flag strips. So we have a 1/2 inch piece of the Love Blossoms Designer Series paper, and then a 3/4 inch strip and a 5/8 inch strip of the crumb cake paper. I'm going to take this 5/8 inch strip and we're going to stamp one little flower into this strip. So we can just go like that. That adds just a little decorative piece to this. We're going to go in with the hexagon punch and we'll just go ahead and make little flags on our banners. All right, and now we're ready to go ahead and we'll set these little strips onto our card base. So here we go with the Love You panel that I've already stamped, and I am just going to go ahead and add a little snail to the back of this. We're going to set this along this right edge. So there's one strip. Then we're going to add another strip right next to it, and that will look like this. And then finally our crumb cake strip. So I can add that in right here. Then we'll just flip this over and we'll trim it from the back side. And now we can go ahead and set this on the front of our card. So we will do that with some multi-purpose liquid glue. And we can wiggle that right into place and it looks great. So this is what the card looks like right now. Now we're going to add our heart, and so I'm going to do that with some mini glue dots. So I have my glue dots right here, and I can easily put those glue dots right into these flower pieces in the heart. So we only need like 4 or 5 of these attached to this heart. And then we can set this in right here at a little bit of an angle. And then I went to the Big Shot machine, and using my magnetic platform as my base, I added the precision plate, and then I took the 2 little flowers that come with the Bloomin' Heart Thinlet die, and I ran that through the Big Shot machine a couple of times with just one of my cut plates over the top. And when I take these off, you can see they pop out really, really easy. And then these little holes that are in the center of these small flowers pop out just like so. And now I'm going to add glue dots to these as well, or at least to one of them here. And let me bring the card back into the picture. And with our little glue dots on the back, we can go ahead and fit these right in to these hearts. Now you might have to kind of twirl them around a little bit just so that they fit in perfectly. There we go, that one fits there. And then we'll add the rest of them. And then for our very last one that's going to go up here, I'm going to put that one on with a dimensional. So I'm just going to put the dimensional on the back, peel off the adhesive liner, and we can set this right up here. And our card is complete. And here's what it looks like. And I love how the white shows through in the center of the flower, and that theme carries over into the one that's popped up on my banners. So here's the inside again, Here's the card I just did. Here's the card I did in advance. And I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. If you'd like to sign up for my newsletter, be sure to visit my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com, where I share the weekly deals each week, and also my schedule of events and anything else that I have coming up in the Stampin' Up! World. Have a great day. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.